Alright, so here's part 2 of getting this whole shaft and everything together. What I'm going to do real quick is grab my shock fluid, which is just some Maxima shock fluid, and I'm going to use that to lube up all my parts here. But this doesn't go on first. What we have to put on from our box of goodies is, first thing is the bottom cup here. Slides all the way down here, and that inside there contains the bottom out bumper, which slides right on as well. That goes all the way down in there. Our next part is going to be the little thing that knocks into the shock body right after the head seal, so that goes down there. Then that's it for now. Then we get the head seal on. So what I'm going to do to get that on is take some of my shock fluid and make it so I can get some on my finger and lube this all up to put it together, because you know, you don't really want to put this stuff together dry. So I have the shock seal, getting some oil on it. Let me do this closer to you. Just going to get a little bit on the bushing inside of here, and a little bit on the inner oil seal, not the dust seal. I mean, it's okay if you do, but... And then later on I'll be oiling this O-ring, but this goes on this way. The oil, or the dust seal, facing down, not this way. This way. It's going to slide right over, and just gonna kind of finesse it on there. Gotta be gentle, you know. Just gently slide it on over. And gotta get that bushing on over. Actually, nope. I'm actually gonna lube up the oil or the dust seal just to kind of slide over easier. But same thing. Just kind of wiggle and jiggle it on until you can get that dust seal over the shock. And you know, take your time here. You don't really want to mess this up or anything. If it helps, what I'm going to do is take the spring off of the oil or the dust seal and put it down. Then you can slide it on. You can see I just slide that on like really easily. Then slide the whole thing down. Getting past the oil seal now. Ow! Yikes. Cut myself in the threads pretty much. And now that's nice and good on there. Oop, whoops, pulled it back off. Let's get that on there again. And now I'm going to take this spring and just put it right back onto the dust seal, because we need that spring. And I only did that just to make this dust seal slide on a little bit easier. So now our head's back on, and next we have all of our valving and everything that has to go on, which would be all of this complicated looking stuff. And the way this goes, if you're unsure, is I've taken this off and put it on some wire so it's all one way, and it just goes on like this with this giant washer on top, or the thick washer on top and the giant skinny washer on the bottom, and that's just going to go right up here. So you're going to see me put that on right now. And then I'm going to be applying some more oil and getting the nut on there with some Loctite. Red Loctite. And the way I do this is, hopefully you can see it, but I just slide that bottom of the wire in and then slide all these parts down and get them over to the top of the shaft and start sliding all the washers and the shims down and all that. Now I'm getting the valve on there. Then I'm getting the top washers on, slowly but surely. And these are almost all the way on. Now they're all the way on, so we can pull this out. And we're just ready for a nut. And I bought new nuts. These ones happen to be M12 by 1.75. I'll show you the bag here. I don't know if it'll say. Yes, it will. M12 1.75 right there, and I got 2. And to put this on, I'm gonna get myself a clean rag here and some Loctite. I'm using red Loctite 271, and I'm just gonna kind of wipe this up and just, you know, use some Loctite, strip some. I'm gonna actually do it on the inside of this nut here instead of on the threads there, because I don't want it getting all over my valving and everything. And I'm going to be kind of generous with this, mainly because my threads are kind of messed up. Didn't grind the peening off far enough. When I took the nut off, it messed up the threads, and I ran them over with a tap, and they're fine now, but just in case. So, I don't know if you can see, but got some red Loctite in there. And I'm just going to screw this on in the top now. Gently get it threaded on there. Don't want to cross thread nothing. And that slides on down. And I'm going to get, I think it's a 17. No, it might be a 19. Yep, it's a 19 wrench on the top. And you know, just gonna torque this down. Let me make sure I got everything first. That's all I need, is to have to take this back apart. Alright, yeah, that's fine. Got everything. And I'm just gonna, you know, gently torque this down. It doesn't need to be too much, but it needs to be tight, you know? Just put it that way. So that's pretty tight. I'm just gonna give it one more go around. Yeah, that's nice and tight. That's all not gonna move. And that's pretty much the whole shock shaft put together. The next video will be getting the actual shock tube and everything ready, or I don't know what you want to call this, the housing or whatever ready. So I'll show you guys that in the next video. So yeah, that box is pretty much empty now, and this is all together. We can give you a good walk around. We got our cup on the bottom, our bottom out bumper, the little cap here, I don't really know what to call this, our head seal, that's all assembled right, and our valving and everything with a brand new nut, and you can see a little bit of red Loctite up there, and that's all going to go together nice and clean and everything. So come back for the next part where we get all that ready.